You know what I love most about healthy greens and vegetables? I love them as a dessert, as a tasty breakfast, or even a sweet baked good. And I've got one vegetable in mind that ticks all of those boxes. Let's get baking. Today I'm excited to make a super easy vegan and gluten-free zucchini bread. One of my favorite bakes, perfect for any time. And it is so easy. We're gonna start with the main ingredient, our zucchini, medium size, pretty typical zucchini size. So let's just cut off the ends real quick. And then we're going to shred this. All right, so I got my little cheese grater and pretty easy. So ultimately you need 1 cup, and usually about 1 medium zucchini will equal 1 cup. So I'm not even gonna measure this. But sometimes there's really teeny tiny zucchinis or really big ones. So if you're unsure, go ahead and measure it. But I'm pretty positive that this is the size that will yield just the right amount of zucchini that I need. I love the taste of the zucchini bread, and I also love the pops of green that will end up in our bread when it's done. Now, what we want to do is put this in some kind of a towel, like a nice clean towel. You can use a paper towel if you want, but we want to get some of that excess moisture out. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on a towel. And you don't have to really squeeze it out or anything. It's just give it a little bit of a firm tug like that, but I'm just gonna leave it in here and we're gonna set that aside while we get our other ingredients together. Okay, so the next easy step is just to get our dry ingredients together. So I have a bowl here and I've already got my ingredients displayed out here, but we're gonna start with our flour blend first. I have my old standby here. We have Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. It's my go-to. This is 1 1/4 cup, so I'll dump that in a bowl. Next, we have 1/2 cup of our brown rice flour. And then it's just 1/3 cup of almond flour. Just give that a little mix in. And the reason I'm using these particular flours, in case you're curious, the brown rice flour is going to add a little more, minerals and nutrients. And then we're also gonna get a nice nutty flavor from the brown rice. And then the almond flour helps give us a little more tenderness. So it's a good little blend here for this bread. Okay, so let's add our remaining dry ingredients. I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Let's just dump that in. And then we have some spices, so we get a nice flavor to this bread. We've got our teaspoon of cinnamon. I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I have 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. And then we have about, I'd say it's like a pinch or 1/8 teaspoon of cardamom. You can omit that if you want, but I do think it adds like a little extra something. So let's just dump that in. And then we have, I already have it in my little tablespoon here, a tablespoon of flaxseed already ground up. So let's put that in and give that, whoops. Don't be as wild as me. A nice, easy turn, just to make sure it's all blended. It's easy so far, right? Let's put that aside. Clean off my station here. I mean, we're moving right along here. So easy. Now let's get our mixer out. You can do a whisk by hand, but I'm gonna use my KitchenAid because I prefer it. And we're gonna get our wet ingredients mixed in. And wet often sometimes also includes sugars. So let's pull those over here and I'll show you what we've got. I have 1 cup of unsweetened applesauce. Let's put that right in. When I was a kid, I think I was in 8th grade, one of my fond memories about zucchini bread was I had a teacher. I didn't really like her. She was kind of mean. And my mom made zucchini bread, like mini ones for Christmas for us to give to the teachers. And I remember giving it to her and then asking if I could sit next to my friends. I had it in my mind that she's gonna wanna let me get away with something by giving her that bread, and it worked. All right, so we got our 1 cup of applesauce, and then we have 1/3 cup of our brown sugar. Let's get that in there. You can bribe people with baked goods is what I'm saying. All right, and let's add our 1/2 cup of our white sugar. And then our final ingredient is our olive oil, and that is 1/4 cup. Let's put that right in. Make sure we get it all with our handy dandy spatula. And that's it for the wet ingredients. So let's get our whisk on here. Start it off slow. And I'm gonna speed it up. And just enough to get it all blended. I am gonna stop it and do the little scrape here to make sure we're getting all that applesauce that's sticking to the sides. Okay, and that's it. All right, move this over a little bit. So now all we have to do is add our dry ingredients. Let's just dump that in. I'll just do half right now and blend what we've got. And then I'll slowly add the rest here. And now I'm gonna turn this up. I'm gonna whip this for probably longer than I would normally whip most of my baked goods because you don't usually have to since it's gluten-free, but I want to get some air into here. And I want it to be really blended really well. And that is looking really good. Let's give it another minute. I can smell the cinnamon and the nutmeg. It's all like permeating through. And that is looking like a beautiful batter. Let's take a look. Perfect. All right, so now I'm gonna remove this whisk because now I'm just gonna wanna stir in the remaining ingredients. We have 2 more ingredients to go. Let's just tap, tap, tap that out. Put this aside. I mean, how easy is this? Let me know in the comments if you have an easier recipe, but I think this is pretty darn easy. So there we go with the batter. And our last ingredients. This is optional, but I highly recommend do some walnuts. If you don't like walnuts, I don't know, maybe pistachios or something would be good. Chocolate chips is a good option, but I feel like it does need another texture in there because you have the zucchini, but it's not gonna bring any kind of texture, but the walnuts definitely do. So this is a 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. We'll just throw that right in. And then we finally have our zucchini that we put in this towel to take some of the moisture out. I'm just gonna easily dump as much in. Some of it's sticking to the towel and getting all over my counter, but that's okay. Now let's take a look at that. Let's give it a stir. Oh yeah, that feels good. It feels nice and thick, but not too thick and not too runny. We shouldn't have to stir this too much. Just want to get everything blended and make sure we evenly distribute the walnuts and the zucchini. Take a look at that. Green zucchini shining through. It's gonna look so good when it's baked. So let's prepare our pan and then we'll get this batter in there. So we've got our loaf pan. I've already prepared it. How I like to prepare it is I put my parchment paper in, just a thin strip like this down the middle. I don't need to do all the sides because once it's in here and it's finished baking, I can make sure it's not sticking to the sides and just pull it right out. It's like one of my favorite little things to do. But I do like the extra insurance of some oil, so I've used a brush, oiled it up, and now let's get our batter in there. I feel like you could probably make muffins out of this too. I mean, I prefer a loaf, but I think this would make a great muffin recipe as well. I don't like to miss any little bit of batter, so I'm scraping every little bit out here. So I'm gonna just give it a little tap down. Make sure it's covering the bottom, and that's it. This is gonna go into the oven at 350, and it's going to take about 55 minutes, maybe a full hour. Just check it around 50 to make sure it's not overcooking. All right, that looks beautiful. Nice and crisp. Just need it to cool a bit, maybe about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll take a slice. All right, so I gave this about 15 minutes. It's still a little warm, but I think that's okay for us to depan this. So I'm just gonna take this knife gently around the edges just to make sure it's loose. But we should be able to just lift this right off. Yep, look at that. That's why I love this little mechanism of my parchment paper. So let's put that on the side. Take a closer look at this. It's really, oh, it smells so good. All right, I'm gonna transfer it to the cutting board because I am ready to take a piece of this. Let's see if I can get this parchment off. That is beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna cut a few slices for us so we can get a nice look inside. And it goes easy since it is still warm. Let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. You can see the steam. It's still a little warm in there, but look how pretty it is. You know, I've made quite a few of these recently, and I feel like this is the best so far. Let's just cut one more so we can get a nice idea of what it looks like. I'm gonna take this one and put it on my plate, but let's get a look at that. How pretty is that? Oh gosh, I wish you could smell this. Let's put it on my plate. Move that aside. I just love that. It's like the walnuts got a little toasted while they were in there baking, and that is a healthy amount of zucchini. I'm gonna go right in here in the center. It's nice and spongy and soft. That is pretty darn good. It's not too sweet, but it has a nice little sweetness from the brown sugar and the sugar that we put in there. Applesauce holding it together. And yes, it looks so good with the green bits of zucchini, but it's not like I taste it. It's not like a vegetable, but it's in there. So, highly recommend this. Coffee in the morning, or even as dessert. Let me have one more piece. The top is nice and crisp and crunchy. So that's it. As promised, a simple, tasty bake that also ensures you get a healthy dose of veggies. Let me know what other veggies you like to combine with baking. And if you're enjoying my videos, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button. Your support helps me to continue sharing recipes and tips. Until next time, see ya.